Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Steps Basic, and welcome back to my community show. It's a fun one. Anyway, so, that was weird. Thought I was going to sneeze, but that wasn't a sneeze. Anyway, but that's not important. What's important today is our topic for today. I know this one's a little bit vague, a little bit weird, but today we're going to be talking about finding your own style. And yes, this is pertaining to me and finding my own style, which is kind of funny because, well, we all know me and I got a bit of my own style going on here. But this is kind of funny, right? I thought of this video, thought of this topic while I was, well, a while back actually, because if you look at my channel, you'll see I have a few Happy Wheels videos up, and I did a few, and I enjoyed them, and they were a lot of fun to do. But I stopped doing them because of the fact that they weren't my style. Not the game itself, but the way I was playing it, the way I was doing it. Now granted, there's not a whole lot you can do with Happy Wheels, but even still, even the little bit that I was doing, I noticed myself while I was editing them. I'm like, this isn't me. This isn't who I am. These videos are essentially Jacksepticeye clones, you know. And I don't want to do that. I want to be my own guy. I want to do my own stuff. Now, when it comes to finding your own style, a lot of people will often start with a point. With something that they understand, something that they realize, something that they watch, something that they know, something that's pre-established. And you'll see this a lot in art, really, where a person will go and they'll start drawing, but they won't start drawing like themselves. They won't start drawing as their own style. They'll copy something. A lot of times, especially recently, you'll see more of the cartoony stuff, like Steven Universe stuff. That's almost everywhere right now. And that sort of art style is kind of cute, kind of balloony, you know, a little bit inflated characters in most cases. And quite frankly, it's an easy art style. I'm not going to say it's lazy, but it's easy. Definitely easy. Because it's something even I could probably pull off. My broken out fingers and stuff. But the same thing really applies in all sorts of forms. And, you know, like I said, I was watching my own videos back, my own Happy Wheels videos, and I noticed that I had copied a lot from Jacksepticeye's style. Including down to naming the characters. Now, I'm sure he's not the only one that's named the characters, but the characters themselves have specific names in the game anyway. But at the same time, it's like I'm watching it and I'm like, this isn't me. So I stopped doing those videos. I enjoyed doing those videos, and I might end up returning to them if I can find out, you know, how I can play them my own way. And thinking through it, my own style is a little bit different from most other people's. And now, I know it sounds weird, especially when I just said, hey, I was copying Jacksepticeye. It was unintentional, by the way. I should probably point that out. It was unintentional. It just sort of happened because I watched so many of his videos. And at the same time, realizing that, I stopped watching a lot of other YouTubers' videos. Particularly videos on games that I intended to play myself, because I didn't want to do stuff like that. Funny part is, though, while I played my own versions, I went back and watched their videos. Specifically, what game was it? Oh shoot, the Detroit Become Human demo. I didn't watch theirs first. I played mine. I saw it came out, and I'm like, oh look, free demo. Yeah, I played. And then I saw that they did it, but I didn't watch their videos. So I turned around and I did my recording of it. And then I went back and I watched their videos, and I noticed that we still made some of the same jokes. Now, the funny part is on that, I think I've said the funny part is way too many times. But the part that I noticed about that was that even though we tell a bunch of the same jokes, we do actually have a similar style to comedy. Mainly, we like the goofy stuff, and that's understandable. It's much like the Steven Universe art style. It's an easy art. It's an easy style. There's nothing wrong with being similar to other people. It's when you start copying other people straight up that kind of gets to be an issue. And finding your own style is not easy per se. Even if you try your best, you're gonna find you're being influenced by. You're gonna find that you're being influenced by other people's styles, other people's, especially if you consume a lot of media. When I was younger, this was an issue when it came to my writing, because I had my big favorite writers when I was a kid. I had Stephen King, Neil Gaiman, and all them folks, and Terry Pratchett, and they were my inspirations and stuff to write. And it showed in my writing. You could see their methods in my storytelling. And it took me forever to break that habit, to work through and define my own style as well. And essentially it comes down to have to ask yourself, who am I? Big questions today, big questions. Who am I? And that sort of thing is not an easy question to answer, even though it seems like it would be very simple. More time. Okay, influencers. And that's a problem when it comes to finding your own style, because you are going to be influenced by people. There's no way you can avoid it. If you consume the media that you are producing, you will get influenced by people that you consume or enjoy, watch. Much like me, I love making my Let's Play videos, and as such, I watch a lot of Let's Play videos. That's how I got inspired to start doing them. And my favorite YouTubers, my favorite gaming YouTubers are Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Robin Trokar, and all them. And I watch them all the time, and occasionally I will catch myself doing stuff that they do. Nothing wrong with it. And you can integrate things from other people into your own style. Like I was talking about earlier with the art style. With Steven Universe stuff, you'll see it everywhere. They got that new show coming out, They got that remake of an old show coming out called Thundercats Roar. And the art style to that is very similar to the art style of Steven Universe. Almost a direct one-for-one take, almost. Like I said, it's not a bad thing to be influenced by other people's work. That's where we get inspiration from. And I've talked about how there's nothing new under the sun, so to speak. How everything that has been done, everything that can be done has been done, sort of deal. Because we're humans, and we are essentially, while we're individual people, we're essentially the same. Because we're all humans, we have very similar experiences and things. While they will vary from person to person, both in our reactions to them and our actual experiences, they're all human experiences. Do you understand what I'm saying there? Because I feel like it's coming across a little vague. So, finding that style, finding your own style, involves a lot of trial and error. When I first started my channel here, I started doing basic Let's Plays. I started with, the gaming stuff I've started, let's go before I started the channel. The gaming stuff I started with Outlast. It was funny because I just wanted to try it out. I was just testing things when I started with Outlast, because that was the first series I did. And And like I've said many times before, I was very clunky, very, very mellow because I was trying to find my stride. I had to get used to being on camera. I had to get used to playing while I was on camera. Something I'm still not entirely used to. It's still a little bit weird for me. And, but I worked through it. I kept going. I played that game. I played Final Fantasy VII. Those were my first two games I recorded. Onto Claire, onto the bunker, and stuff like that. And I started branching out from there, and I started testing essentially new things. And like I said, I keep doing a new sort of style, a new sort of video type every milestone, just to test the waters, just to see what I can do. And I've got something coming up for 200, by the way. I hit 200. I was like, Jesus, why do people like me? But I tested that out, and I've got something new coming out for 200. It's going to be a little bit, though, because it's not something I intend to make a staple on my channel, but it's something I found kind of fun. And I wanted to test it out and put it out there. But essentially it boils down to that, basically. A lot of trial and error. And sometimes people get their own style real quick. Sometimes people will be like, bam, I know who I am, I know what I'm doing, I know what sort of art style I got, I know what sort of joke style I got, I know what sort of video style I've got. And they'll be ready, they'll be hitting the ground running. And those are the people that are generally innately talented when it comes to doing stuff. I've definitely got my own style when it comes to writing. I definitely have my own order and my own my own manner of writing. It's not. It still has some of the basic influences, but you can definitely see a difference between mine and Neil Gaiman's stuff. He was one of my heavy influencers when I was a kid. Love his work. And you'll still see some of the darker themes that you'll see in like the Sandman comics. You'll see in my stories as well. But you won't see his style anymore. Just his influence is there. But when it comes to my drawing, my art, I used to have a more realistic style, and I've been dumbing that down a little bit. I call dumbing it down. I've been fiddling around and playing with different art styles to learn what fits me best. And because of the way my hands are, it makes it really hard to actually just get in and do something. So I may never actually develop my own style when it comes to drawing. I may just mimic. And funny enough, I actually had a compliment about that recently. They're like, wow, you have a real talent for copying other people's work. That sounded bad. She didn't mean it like that. Like, because I freehand copy. I don't, like, trace. All of my pictures, they look very similar to the original style, but I drew them while just staring at a picture of somebody else's work. But I may never develop my own style when it comes to drawing. Mostly, I'm inhibited because of my hands. I'm inhibited because of, well, I mean, it's not really my medium, and I don't hate it, but I'm not particularly awesome at it. But as such, much like most of everything in the world, it's on a sliding scale. You got the flat-out copiers, you got the innately talented, immediately found their own style type of people, and I probably fall somewhere on that line in everything I do. But yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to talk about, finding your own style, and I wanted to give a little bit of encouragement to the people out there who are looking for their own style, who don't understand entirely where they're going from where they are. Put the work in, you'll eventually develop your own style. Even if you hate everything you do, Or if you look at everything you do and say, that looks just like such and such. Arg. My videos, my mannerisms are all somebody else. Arg. Even if you do that, don't worry. You'll eventually find some sort of a stride, or you'll realize that you have no talent and you don't want to do that. I'm just joking. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me for today's video. Sorry, this is very low energy because I'm a little tired. I literally just woke up and I'm like, I haven't done the video for today yet. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed it. And if you did, please go and poke that like button for me if you'd like to, of course. Comment down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can, when I can, if I can. You know all that jazz. And tune in next time when I'm a little more peppy, a little more steppy, a little more happy. But anyway, until then, good night.